Hello and welcome back to another video, I guess. This one's a little bit different. Working on something newer. It's a little outside the realm. We've got an X1 Carbon that belongs to a friend of mine. There is actually nothing wrong with this machine. It works perfectly fine. But the screen, he wants to replace the screen with a higher resolution one. But yeah, as I said, there's nothing wrong with this one. Works perfectly fine. He's got a custom wrap job on it. I don't even know what revision this is. Yeah, it's just a ThinkPad Carbon, probably 5th generation. Yeah, there you go. And it's actually a pretty nice machine. It's got 4G, good keyboard. Of course, keyboards are getting thinner these days as well. So yeah, and I'll show you guys the screen that we've got to fit. Okay, so he's got a new cable for the screen, and here's the screen itself. It is, if I can get this to focus, an LG screen. Is it gonna do it? Maybe it's a bit hard because it's in the plastic. So it looks like it could be genuine. This is not a guide on how to replace a screen, but he's volunteered me for the job, so let's just get straight into it. Okay, well, this is definitely not a teardown guide, but you're going to need screwdrivers, and you're going to need some sort of plastic spludger, which I do not have. Oh, I might have one somewhere. I might go and look. And the second thing, or third thing, is you're going to make sure your computer is actually off. The last thing you want to be doing is pulling these things apart while the machine's turned on. And something to put the screws in is also quite a nice option to have as well. So I'm just going to start with taking the screws around the outside of the shell off, because given I'm swapping the cable, the whole screen assembly has to come off as well. So I'm just going to get straight into that. Okay, so I did actually manage to find some tools to pop this off. So I just work my way around. Let's set the cover to one side. Here we go. We have Wi-Fi card, 4G card. Yeah, it looks like an M.2 PCI Express SSD. RAM soldered to the main board, pretty typical of Ultrabook. A pretty large battery as well, 4700 milliamp hours. But yeah, that's it. So first things first, since I'm taking the whole thing apart, I'm actually just going to remove or disconnect the battery just to make sure nothing's powered up. Okay, so removed the battery screws just around the vicinity of the battery, and it just pops up like that. Next is just pretty much getting these antenna cables unclipped. It's pretty much zigzagged around the battery. I should point out as well, SD protection might be something that's good. I just keep grounding myself on something. So we're actually very lucky. It looks like 3 screws per hinge, plus one of the cables will be for the webcam, one of them will be the display, or if this has Windows IR facial recognition cameras, it might be one of those as well. But what I'll do is I'll turn it around, and I'm going to attempt to remove these cables. This is probably a really terrible angle, but these are just hinged, so I'm probably using the wrong tool here. You just use your fingernail, ignore my damaged finger there, and they just hinge over. And then you have to very, very carefully work this loose, like that. And I'll just do the same on this other one here. Let's just work it loose like that. The other thing you might need to do is remove the SIM tray. It's a paperclip jobbo. Cool. Just undo the screws for the screen. Again, a good screwdriver is necessary. Got myself a Stanley magnetic one. And there is some blue Loctite on these. I have some blue Loctite, so I might just replace the Loctite. The next thing we need to do with these cables is make sure they're free. So just like making sure they're free of the board on both sides. And then, if you can, pull the hinge up on each side. So it's free of the chassis. And that should just sort of help when you tilt the board or the base of the machine. Should help with just separating both halves. Kind of just have to work it loose slowly. There we go. Oh, that's not very good in focus, sorry, but yeah, there's the two halves separated. Okay, so here's the bad part. That was the easiest part. Now, unfortunately, we need to separate the bezel. Oops, I really need a new tripod. We have to separate the bezel from the panel, and it's held in with double-sided tape. And normally what you're supposed to do is replace the tape to get it out. The other problem is the screen works, and I don't know if his replacement is 100% going to work, so I need to preserve the original cabling and the screen to make sure that it's all going to work, and like I've got a fallback option if this replacement monitor doesn't work, or if it's damaged, because sometimes these get broken in the post. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. So you just gotta work your way around the plastic. I'm gonna do that off camera so I can really take my time with it. I'm also just gonna check and see actually if this cable he's ordered is even sort of remotely correct. And that looks, yeah, it looks the same, so probably all right there. But yeah, I'm just gonna carry on and get the bezel off. Okay, so this guy was my friend, this little plastic guitar pick thing. If you start your way down the bottom here, where the thickest part is at the bottom of the screen, you work your way up and basically run this as flat as possible along the perimeter of the screen. You don't want to try and pull this because it's very thin, and you can actually bend the plastic. So you can see it's just double-sided taped. Most of the tape is actually still intact, so I can actually reuse this tape, which is handy because I don't have any double-sided tape here. But yeah, it should go back together pretty nicely. So I'm going to just store this somewhere safe upside down so it doesn't get all mangled. Okay, so now we just need to separate the screen from the back of the panel. So there's a couple of screws. I don't know, because I haven't actually looked up a teardown guide if these actually need to be removed, but you know, we're just gonna go ahead and just get rid of them. I think they're just for the hinges. Yeah, they are. But I wonder if you have to remove the hinges in order to get the cable out, and you do. So I'm just going to store these to their respective sides. Looks like it just pops apart. Again, probably best using the little plastic guide. Just pop this apart as you work your way along. I'm trying to be careful because I actually probably need to keep this old screen just in case the new one doesn't work and I have to put this all back together. Now, LCD cables are very fragile. Lots of little thin wires, so I'm just gonna slowly work my way along here. Okay, so after working that free, there's the back half of the LCD. Put that to one side. Okay, so there's the new panel. Looks pretty good. I don't see any cracks in it. So I'm going to be a bit cheeky, and before I pull these adhesive strips off, oh, maybe I might need to do. No, I'll do just this. I'm going to just do a test fit. So basically plug in the screen to the computer, and just to make sure that the cable itself works. So it's just a matter of just popping this in. Okay, so I got this thing put back together just enough to try it. So there's no battery or anything, so we'll see how we go. I really just want to see if we get any life on the screen, and we do. Cool. So that is an excellent start, because if you'd put everything back together and then put the screen in and it didn't work, then you've got a lot more work to do. So I'm going to just put this back together in pretty much the reverse order. Okay, so got the screen back together. The hardest part is the bezels. The plastic around there, I had a particular hard time with this one. The problem is with these bezels is the adhesive strips. When you try and reuse them, they bunch up like that into, you know, tacky little balls and things, and it's really hard to get this plastic to sit flush again, but it's in there, and it's secured with magnets along the top, which is kind of interesting. So but yeah, camera's struggling to focus. It's back together. The screen itself, it's probably, I'd say, 95% perfect. There's a little bit of bulge around the sides. I don't know if you can see that, but I mean, when you're looking at it face on, you can't see it. It's just where the adhesive hasn't quite fully set. And for that, I'd recommend actually when you buy a screen, is just buy a bezel as well, because that way it's got fresh adhesive. And then when you put it down, it's not all bunched up and all crappy, so yeah. All right, we're gonna just put the laptop back together and give it a try. Okay, so the machine's back together. Let's give it a last sort of power on test here and make sure it all works. Okay, had a mild panic there because I initially got no image on the screen, and I was like, oh shit. Don't tell me this screen's not compatible with you know, with this motherboard, even though it posted Windows and everything. So let's just check our settings out here. It's very bright. It's quite nice. Does the brightness control work? It does there, but the hotkeys do not. Oh, there. Ah, he's switched FN and control around. Had me going. So that's good. 200% scale, so 100%. Yeah, barely readable. 150. That's kind of a nice medium. We are 2560 by 1440. Zoom in on that there. Yeah. Oh well. That's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to do, is just replace the screen for him, provide a rough sort of teardown guide. Well, it's not even a guide really. I wouldn't really follow this as a guide because, yeah. But yeah, as I said, definitely would recommend getting the bezel surround. So the surround that goes around the screen itself, because it comes with new adhesive. Make sure you get the cable that matches your panel. So if you can order them together, even better. I'll put a link to a place called EMPR Group, and they also you can put the model of your laptop in, and it gives you all the factory model numbers for the screens and stuff. So yeah, but his old one's still salvageable, so he can keep that as a spare in case he damages this one. But I'm not gonna fit that for him. You can shut up. Anyway, but what I'll do is, yeah, package it all up, send it back to him, and he can keep it. But yeah, anyway, just a sort of quick video on how to switch your screen out for another one in one of these ThinkPads. But yeah, not too bad. The hardest part's the plastic bezel. Once you get past that, you're good. And you've got it even easier if your screen's already cracked or damaged, because then you can just go for it and just get your fingers in there and just rip it apart. But yeah. Alrighty, I'll leave you guys to it, and yeah, there'll be some other content coming out at some point whenever I get time, which is sort of these things. I broke my old screen, so I've had to find another. So there's all sorts of projects coming up. Alrighty, thanks again, and stay safe, stay sane. Alright, catch you guys soon.